to my value from programtom.com/dev here, and in this episode I'm going to point out the 3 ways you could log in, use OAuth login, in my case Google login, to desktop or mobile app. So if you, the most widespread and the way you could reach all clients is to have a web app. I have a product in my site that is doing just that, and I have it hosted, and it allows me to log in to all the apps that are hosted under the domain where this login creates access token. So there is a new ways of that Google introduced that take into account the newest Google policies and worldwide consortium recommendations. And yeah, there is a way you could test it with setting up properties in Chrome. And basically on mobile device, the browser in general, the Chrome, the Edge, or whatever browser you have installed, has a separate sandbox, has a separate process and storage and whatever with whatever app you have. So it will be just a little bit tricky to get to integrate into login in within your mobile app with this web version of login. So you need to redirect your users to a web page, and this web page should, after authentication, it should store some temporary access token that the mobile app um, could grab with something else that the apps allow, and it's app linking. In case of the footer engine, here is the package for that. It has integration for basically all the desktops and the iOS and the Android. And there are some caveats with all of them, and there are some items that you need to change in the mobile app settings in hex code in iOS and in Android's manifest on Android. And yeah, you will need to figure out all the native platform specifics, but in general it is possible. So redirect your user from the mobile app to the browser. After authentication, the browser, your backend could store temporary the access token that the app will need. So after storing this temp token, the user could, the server could send a redirect to the app to a specific domain that is mapped by this app linking. So this HTTPS URL address will open the app, and from the app with some URL parameter you could grab the temp token and authenticate. So there is a small window of unsecurity of there is small chance of somebody hijacking your session. So yeah, this is not absolutely top secure, but basically you could try raising the security by whitelisting only the IP address from where the login has happened. And you could also there are several other ways you could secure, like limiting only to 10 seconds the window that the app needs to fetch the authentication. And one other way is using the global device identifier, but this is something that about policy that the user must uh, add, add the permission, allow the user, your app to grab your global identifier that is cross app. But yeah, in general, mm, there are security holes in this case, but there are ways to make it less risky to use Google login or any other login with external browser. And in this case, there is the benefit that your app will not need all the binary, uh, all the internal dependencies from the integrations with all the OAuth providers. Imagine you need to integrate with Google, and most popular way is using Firebase. So basically, you need the Firebase auth and the Google sign-in. So this is the second recommended way, is to integrate into your app these libraries, and these libraries will take care of the integration and the authentication with your user, and your app will have all these libraries built into your binary, and will make it bigger, probably several megabytes. And yeah, some users may be annoyed of very big app that is not doing a great majority of stuff. Basically, apps that are a must, for example, banking and the mail applications and messaging, all of these apps take the advantage that the user needs them, and will download them no matter the size. But for any other external and small app, it will increase your size, and so this way, if the user has the apps of these platforms installed, the your app using these libraries could communicate with them directly. So this is entirely inter-channel, or it will happen with inter-channel communication, inter-process communication, and the authentication may never leave actually the device of your users. All the communication will happen between your application, the auth provider application, and the auth provider server. So there is no going through your server. So there will be less need of backend code. And the third way that, in my opinion, it's not recommended, is using a WebView. So there is a WebView for Flutter, and here is a tutorial from Google that adding a WebView. So basically, this creates a WebView inside your app that is separate from the browser. So even the user has authenticated with the auth provider in the browser. This is another sandbox. This is like a separate browser, and he or she will need to log in again. And if the user has increased the security with second level authorization, this will be required again. So this will be the worst user experience. So the best user experience probably is with with authentication being part of your app, but this will increase your size, the uh, the size of your app. The smaller size of your app will be with using web integration, and you could actually reuse this login across multiple apps, and it has a small amount of security issue, but this could be prevented in a ways. And basically the worst way of authenticating is with WebView. So this is for today.